Craftsman did a complete redesign of their S2000 series toolboxes, adding a lot of features like better casters, a little more integrated I-beam structure, pegboard, and a center-mounted power strip. We're going to go through that top to bottom as we look at this retro-looking toolbox. Stay tuned. So this is the Craftsman S2000 52-inch wide tool chest, combination top and bottom. You can buy this separately where you would just get the bottom and use this as your workbench. You can also get this in a 41-inch model and a 26-inch model. The 41-inch model is also available just as the rolling cart on the bottom and does have a work surface on the top of it that's dedicated. I'll put some part numbers down in the description so you can look that up. They also have this available in black. I believe this is going to be great for someone who's in the DIY side, wants to have something at home. This is an 18-inch deep model on the bottom, 16-inch deep on the top. So it's not going to pack as many tools in there as some of the more deep models that might be out there, but at the same point you get a ton of storage space in this larger 52-inch model, and even the 41 would give you a lot of different options. Let's start looking at some of the upgrades, starting at the bottom. The bottom of this tool cabinet is really where a lot of the big improvements that Craftsman claims happened. We now have 1,500-pound casters with toe locks, so they will lock into place, so this thing will stay exactly where you want it to. They also have some I-beam construction going down here to strengthen the whole cabinet up and give it more capacity. Craftsman also included new keys that have their little Craftsman name on there, which I think is nice because sometimes you can get a group of keys and forget what they belong to. Here, this will lock the top and the drawers can still be open. You independently lock the drawers on the inside with this lever. They're all set to lock, move it over, unlock. So that's a little bit different than what I'm used to, but everything works great here. We have soft closed drawers. We also have the pre-cut drawer liners, which I think is a big deal. Back in the day, we had to cut out our own, and they're not always that fun to cut out. Here we can see some of the pegboard that they added. There's also more on the sides of the larger cabinet. And then in the back, it goes all the way across here. The sticker is covering it, but we have a power outlet with mostly 120 outlets and 2 USB outlets. You know, with this being updated, it would be nice to see a couple USB-Cs there, but at the same point, I think this is a huge addition just to have power. You also have a place that you can bring power in, or if you have different things that you want to run more power to, they gave you a hole here to do so. In my case, the bottom keys are different from the top. You can lock each side separately. All the locking mechanisms are internal, and you have the same soft close drawers on the bottom, which work out great. Locking mechanism also works great. It's nice and quiet and seems to be very reliable. As we stated, this top is 16 inches deep. The drawers on the top come out about 80% of the way. You have 14 3/4 inches deep and 22 1/4 wide. This drawer is going to be approximately 2 inches deep, or allow 2 inches to go in. This one is about 1 3/4 inches, just due to the way it is built underneath this other one. We have 2 3/4 on that guy. 2 3/4 also here. So not horrible for storage on the top. As we go to the bottom, this looks like a 2 3/4. Another 2 3/4. This one is going to be 3 1/2. 5 3/4. And the bottom is 9. Now the bottom drawers are full pulls, so you can see everything. They are full 16 inches deep, and it's nice that you can get at each part of this, which makes them a little bit more accessible. Other than the top, there's maybe about 1 inch, maybe 3/4 that is still caught on that one, just to the way, because of the overhang. But other than that, this is great because it allows you access to everything that you have. The metal that this is made from is going to measure out to be approximately 33 thousandths of an inch, and that's going to include powder coat, and it basically gets there everywhere. And there's going to be a slight variance between 33 and 34, but as we go around, that is what we get looking at it. And I think some of the variances are going to be bends in the metal and how much powder coat is in different areas, but overall, this is built fairly well. We have 100-pound drawer slides here, so each drawer, including the bottom, will hold 100 pounds. And the bottom drawers are pretty large. Some places or some manufacturers will actually put 2 slides on the bottom drawer, so they'll hold 200 pounds. Not in this case, although the drawers look like they are punched and everything is there for it, they didn't add that. Operation of the drawers is excellent, and if we add some weight to them, we'll put 2 40-pound weights in. We really don't get any buckle or movement. Although right there, that didn't sound as nice, did it? There must be a little bit of scraping on the bottom drawer, which if we open that up, I'll guarantee that's what it is, because that will slide. So we are getting some movement with that amount of weight, pushing that drawer down so it hits this area. It's interesting. Let's try it with just 40 pounds. So we're getting the same thing. So if you're going to load this up with heavy stuff, even in this drawer, you might get some scraping on the drawer below because they are so close. I am able to fit a 7 1/4 inch circular saw in the bottom drawer with plenty of room to spare. It could have it in multiple positions. I could probably get 3 of them in the bottom without issue. This drawer here leaves me a lot of space for other items. And one of the things that's really hard sometimes to store is larger battery packs. With this 9 amp hour flex volt, sits in this drawer without issue. If we move up, I can fit a normal 5 amp hour battery pack up here without issue. So it gives me a lot of different sizes and storage for a very good DIY setup. The 4 top drawers here all give you room for screwdrivers, wrenches, a lot of different spaces for hand tools so you can load that up. And then obviously the drawers get a little deeper as you go down. You know, from a DIY perspective, this box is really nice. It's made with some thinner 18 and 20 gauge material, which we ended up having some scrapes when we really loaded up some of the drawers. But overall, most people aren't going to put that much weight in each drawer. Unfortunately, the bottom ones, which could handle a little bit more, don't have the extra drawer slides. But with that said, you get everything with this, from locking casters that are 1,500 pounds, which I think is a great upgrade, a little bit of an I-beam down there to give you more strength across the whole toolbox, and then the pegboard. That to me, if you're into organization, is huge. So you can put a lot of things in here, along with a power strip. These days, just being able to have your chargers up here or anything else you'd like to have, charge your phone, anything with USB, that is huge. So there's a great step forward. Can't say enough about the retro look. I love having this aluminum back that I can pull on. It just gives me that feeling of home from back in the day with some of the upgraded technology, as we'll say, that's located inside this. I am curious to hear what you guys are going to say about this stuff. As always, I invite you to leave your comments below. Please give us a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.